Are you thinking about freedom this month and ways you can have new yet safe experiences? Well, I believe since we live in a body, we have a soul, and we are a spirit, it's important to feed all three parts. I'm Tonyah Dee, registered dietitian, and this month's theme for feeding body, soul, and spirit is new experiences. After the last few years, it feels like, of being cramped and held back and in our own space, I have a craving to get out there and do something new. How about you? But we want to get out there and have safe new experiences. And this is just normal human behavior. Human beings love new experiences because we have a soul, and our soul just wants to experience life so that we can grow and learn new experiences. Whether we're successful in them or we fail in them, we will always learn from them. And right now, after so much of our society being closed down and what we see going on around the world with people who don't have freedom, those of us who do, I believe we're all kind of chomping at the bit like, oh my gosh, what can I do to do something new? And we could do so many things. So one of the themes is just do it. Just do something new, whatever it is that's calling you. Become an activist, serve in your community, write that book you've always wanted to write, travel, you get to travel. So do feel like this is a good time to plan and organize so that you can have some new experiences so that your soul feels alive. It feels like there's new life coming in. So my recommendations for feeding the body this month is try a new activity, like try a new physical activity. I'm going to try golf. So anyway, anything where you can kind of get your body moving and out releasing the happy chemicals. Your brain loves trying something that's new and challenging. It creates new pathways in your brain, and it stimulates your whole brain and can make it feel like, oh, I'm alive, I feel good. So try some sort of new physical activity. Get the body moving. Go whitewater rafting or go for a hike that you've always wanted to go on. Just do something where you're really strengthening your body. We want to keep our body strong, as we've realized that a strong outer body can also help for us to be mentally strong. So my recommendations for the soul this month, what is the soul? I try to explain this every month because it's a very complicated part of us. But basically the soul is you. You have a soul. I have a soul. Your soul is very unique and different from my soul, is different from everybody else's soul. But one of the things we can do when it comes to exploring what kind of new experiences we want to have is know yourself. Know what things really light you up and what things might diminish or take away energy for you. And this means no codependency and no saying to somebody, okay, I'll do that, when really you don't want to do that, because that will not make your soul feel alive. That will actually kind of diminish who you are, diminish your soul. So remember, it's okay to be you. That's why we're here on the planet, is for you to be you and me to be me and us to share our gifts with each other. And it makes it very interesting when I get to know you and you're not the same as me. So this month for feeding the soul is just know what is right for you and what is not right for you, and pursue those things that are right for you. In the mind, how the soul includes our mind, our emotions, and our will, our free will, our desires. So the soul includes all of our thoughts, all of our feelings, and all of our desires, our dreams, and our wishes. So let's explore what I would recommend for feeding the mind in terms of creating new experiences. So sometimes we go out and try to have a new experience, or we even think, oh, I want to play golf, or I really want to go for that hike. And immediately the mind will kick in and will start to give these doubts and these fears. So this month, make sure to really X out those fearful thoughts. Like, don't let those thoughts get in your way of having this new experience. The soul on some level likes to stay real comfortable in its comfort zone, but it will feel like if you go off and do something safe and a new experience, your soul will feel alive. So you have to kind of fight those thoughts. So be bold in your mind. Have an attitude of boldness, like I am going to go do this thing. I am going to go teach this thing I've wanted to share. I am going to go to this new restaurant or a new church or a new meetup activity. Be bold in your mind, not fearful and doubtful. Get out of that thinking. So for feeding the emotions this month, I just want to say, like, when we go out and have new experiences, sometimes we'll have emotion around that as well. And in life, right, we just have emotions, and there's always going to be good emotions, like happy, positive emotions, and there's almost always going to be some sad or fearful or negative emotions, and these things kind of go hand in hand. So in life, as we've seen, there's always going to be some sort of sad event going on, either in our own lives or in the world. But there's also a lot of good and happy events, things that we can be grateful for. And part of the goal with our emotions is to hold that space, hold both. Hold it's okay to be sad and it's okay to be happy. And one of the ways we can do this is through the emotion of compassion. Compassion kind of holds both. Like, I have compassion that I'm sad, and I have compassion for the world, and at the same time, that compassion makes you feel good. So being evenly keeled with your emotions is one way to get out and have new experiences and not let your emotions kind of lead you or take over and make a situation maybe a little bit more negative than it actually is. So in our will is our desires, is where we want things and we don't want things. And I don't know about you, but my will, my free will that's making all sorts of choices, is a little restless right now. I want to do this and I want to do that. And what I realize is this energy, this restless energy, needs to move. So back again to the body and starting a new activity, make sure to be moving your body. But if you can't get out and have that new experience right away, take this restless energy and use it for planning and getting ready for that new experience that you want to have. So we can be organizing and throwing things away and taking our stuff and giving it to other people who might be in need of it right now. And we can use that restless energy because if we don't, sometimes that restless energy can turn into anxiety. So we want to make sure that we're acknowledging, I feel a little restless and I'm excited about getting out there and into the world. And in the meantime, I'm going to clean out this closet and donate these clothes to somebody who needs them, and that feels good. That might be a new experience for you. Donate to somebody you have never donated before. That's kind of fun too. So in the spirit, how to feed the spirit this month is, our spirit's really deep in us, and our spirit is connected to God's spirit. And this is the place that's always calling. It's calling you, calling to your soul, saying, hey, how about this new experience? Or, hey, how about this new physical activity? Or, hey, don't be afraid, be bold. And hey, there's good and bad out in the world. Try to be balanced. So if we can really, this month, spend some time where our soul is actually listening to our spirit and God's spirit and His will, His desires for us, you'll find that we can be led into those areas that turn out to be more positive than a negative experience, because it's coming from a deep place of wisdom and a place of higher consciousness, and a place that wants us to do good and share good and be good. So in the spirit, how to feed the spirit this month is spend some time listening, whether you're walking, doing the dishes, but just have a conscious ear, your ear to your spirit, not somebody else's spirit, and what they're saying and what they're wanting and what their new experience wants to be. But what is your soul saying, and what is your spirit saying? And when you put these two together, it's a superpower. Your soul is the place where we can get that thing done, where we can experience the thing that the spirit is calling you to do. So I hope that this was helpful for this month. And I'm Tonyah Dee. My company is Y'all Light, and it's a movement to ignite the light within your heart. And thanks so much for being part of the Y'all Light community. Go in grace and go with grace.